Hello, this is Mr. Smith, also known as Teach Smith on YouTube, and this is the third lesson on English Language Paper 2, Question 5, for the week beginning the 13th of July 2020. As usual, Year 10, we will be starting with the An Inspector Calls SPaG exercise. Remember, you can either copy the whole paragraph out, or simply copy out the words and phrases that need correcting. So please now pause the video and read through the paragraph, but also find the mistakes, the spelling, punctuation or grammar mistakes, and make those corrections. So you have the correct spelling of horrified. Remember, a character's name always needs a capital letter, capital S at the start of a sentence, and the correct spellings of happened and admitting. Also, you have the apostrophe for didn't and a full stop at the end of the paragraph. I hope that this series has been helpful in terms of reminding you of some of the key events of the play. This series can be continued into Year 11 when hopefully you are back in school. So a final reminder then of the criteria for this question is question 5 of Language Paper 2, Writers' Viewpoints and Perspectives, 40 marks, 24 for content. A very positive and a very negative vision. This is something that you could also begin your article or letter or speech with. These next techniques are taken from a book that Mr. Ward has clearly read and I've also read, Anaphora. Now, I don't want you to get too caught up in the technical terms for these techniques, more just try and learn to recognize them and to use them yourself. So it means starting the sentence with the same word each time. So in a series of sentences with the same word. It's basically repetition at the start of a sentence. Okay, repetition at the start of a sentence. So you can't remember exactly what Martin Luther King said, apart from the fact that he had a dream, or I have a dream, that men and women will be judged for their character and not for the content, the colour of their skin. So it's the idea that this I have a dream, this anaphora, this repetition really sticks in your mind in terms of the message. It helps you remember the message. Another example of anaphora is from Winston Churchill's speech about fighting on despite the terrible odds that the British faced during the Second World War. You can start with I love, or I hate, or I will, or I will never, any idea of your own. So I love reading because, I love reading because it helps me to relax. I love reading because it teaches me so many things. I love reading because it helps me understand the experiences of different people and different cultures. I love reading because it helps me understand new vocabulary. So another thing you can do is try to include these useful phrases, these kind of sophisticated phrases that can be recognized by the examiner to help you get improved marks. The first phrase is myriad reasons. Just to say there's no need to write all of this down because the PowerPoint will be available on Show My Homework. So instead of saying lots of reasons, just try and use the word myriad. And it's actually better to try and attempt this word and get it wrong than to just stick to something safe. So even if you spell myriad incorrectly, you'd still really get the same marks as if you'd use lots of. But if you spell myriad correctly, you get it right, then you get better marks. It's important to focus in lessons for myriad reasons. Okay, so that's an example in a sentence. Use myriad reasons in your own example about diet, exercise, television, music, or gaming. For example, I could say there are myriad reasons to exercise. Another useful phrase. Woefully inadequate. Nowhere near enough. So it's not good enough, basically. It's a way of saying that this is just not enough, not good enough. So again, instead of saying it's absolutely essential or saying it's completely right, say that it's the moral imperative. It's just that bit more of a sophisticated phrase. These phrases can be memorized and they can help you in the future. It is a moral imperative that students should pass English and Maths GCSE by the time they leave secondary school. For example, don't lose out on marks by using full stops incorrectly. Try and use question marks, exclamation marks, not too many though. Try and use semicolon. Use a range of sentences, maybe a one-word sentence, maybe a one-word or one-line paragraph even. All these things are quick wins. They've got more quick wins on the right. Using the word indeed, of course, however. Replacing the word because with a semicolon is a kind of good rule of thumb for using a semicolon. So all of these things can just level up your writing and just level up your marks for your viewpoint writing. So I'm going to give you a choice, Year 10. You can either respond to this statement or you can go back and improve and expand on one of your previous responses based on this help. So we have society puts more pressure on youngsters than ever before. Young people are suffering from mental health issues in increasing numbers. Not enough is being done to help them. Again, you might find that topic a bit sensitive. Don't worry, you can go back and improve one of your previous answers. Now, if you notice, this is an article, which again we've been doing, and it is an arguing for or against. So it's not about being balanced, it's about arguing for or against. So Mr. Ward has put together a plan. So remember, Year 10, your main task for this week for question 5 will be either to answer the statement about mental health in terms of arguing, in terms of an article, or you can go back and improve one of your previous responses. Thank you very much for watching Year 10, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you.